Happy Friday, day after Halloween. Thanksgiving's the next upcoming holiday. I got Thanksgiving on the mind because we are working on Black Friday promo strategies. So starting today, we'll map out our next week of our Black Friday boot camp, where I'm going to be going live every day for at least an hour, maybe even two as we get into it. I've got a couple guest speakers lined up that are going to be coming in with us next week as well. And we're going to cover all things Black Friday. We're going to help you guys from top to bottom help you with everything you need for creating a Black Friday promo, landing pages, email campaigns. We're going to cover everything. But to kickstart everything, to make sure that we're kind of ahead of the curve when we get started next week, we're going to start today by talking about a Black Friday promo setup. And what we're going to be doing today is really just mind mapping. We're going to be brainstorming, sharing, just talking through ideas, looking at different things that we're going to be implementing for your upcoming sale. And if this is your first sale, if this is your first promotion that you've ever ran, awesome. We're going to try to make this as easy as possible. So next week, if you just hang out with me for an hour, you can have Profit Lifter pulled up, hang out with me and hang out with the guests that we're having. And you can come on, or by the time you're done, you'll have everything set up. You'll be ready to start launching emails, start launching ads, all the great things. So we're going to dive into this. I'm going to try to make this an hour, but I'm not sure I have enough content. And honestly, I'm exhausted from Halloween last night. Those little kids just ran all over the place. It was a lot of fun though. All right, so what we're gonna be talking about today, like I said, today is really we're going in-depth brainstorming or brain dumping, just mapping everything out, giving us a really good direction on what we're gonna be doing. If you're hanging out with me, tell me, hey, oh, Jamie, yeah, as soon as I said that, good to see you on here, my friend. Hope you're having an amazing Friday. Hope your world is awesome. Hope you had a good Halloween. It was a blast for us here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with goals, because I am a huge believer that if you don't have a goal, I know if you want or not, and we want you guys to win. So we're gonna turn this into a checklist, because this is something we're going to be sharing with you guys. This is something, this sheet here, this is going to be kind of our roadmap with everything. Hey, Brian, glad you were here, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Look forward to helping you out, get you growing your business. It's going to be fun. So we're going to start with goals. The first thing that when you're looking at running a promotion, there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different goals that you want to look at, because I mean, obviously, like our top goal, like our priority is going to be sales, like just period, bottom line. That's it. That's the big thing that we want to be focused on, is sales. Now, from there, we want to start thinking about, like, how many sales do we actually want? Like, how much can you handle? What's going to be too much? What's going to be too little? Just really thinking through kind of a strategy for, or just having a good solid number. Now, I think this gets even more critical as you're running teams, because at that point now you can look at your team and go, look, we're going to sell 20 units over Black Friday. That is your goal. If you can hit that, and then start putting in promos. So, but with that sales goal, I want you to be thinking about what is the dollar amount? What does that equal to in real dollars to you? And then we're going to break that down a step lower, and then we're going to say, okay, outside of your dollar amount, what else can it be? So this is going to be like units. Like how many units do you need to sell of your product or service to be able to reach that goal of dollars, that dollar goal that you're setting? And then from there, the other thing that you want to be thinking about is to reach those goals. And we're actually going to back this one up a bit. We want to be thinking about leads. Like, how many leads do we have to generate to be able to close this many sales, to be able to reach this many dollars? So how many leads? Then you want to be thinking about some of the other goals that I like thinking about is and the reason I like, sorry, my fingers are clicking faster than my brain. The reason I like to think about audience is because as you're out there running ads, you're doing videos, you're running your promotions, getting everything going, and getting and just making things happen. You also want to be just top of mind thinking about, okay, how am I going to be getting how am I going to be translating people into, or how am I going to be following up with people afterward? Suzette, glad to see you over hanging out with us on YouTube. Hope you are having an amazing day. So I'm thinking about audience. So like, how many followers do I want to pick up from this? Now, the reason that I like audience is because, like, as you start running ads, and if you've never ran ads before, this is kind of your first time, when you get out and you start running ads, people are going to just start naturally following your page, and they're going to like, and that audience count is really, really important, because as you start running more ads, as you start your organic social media, none of that's going to have any impact unless you have followers. Followers lead to leads, leads to sales. That was a lot of leads, but that's all right. So followers lead to leads, and leads to sales. So we want to be focused on leads, followers, and with that, when I think of leads, I also consider this my marketing list. Like, how many people are in my list? So from here, these are going to be some of the first things that we're going to work on. Figure out defining your goals, figuring out what you want to do. Next, next we're going to hop down to our promo details. This is honestly one of my favorite parts. I love putting together sales promos. I love putting together things like this, because it gives you a chance to experiment with different things. So the first thing that we're going to think about is, like, what is our we're going to call this our core promo. What is our primary offer? What is our core promo? What is it that we're going to go out there and advertise with? With this, now, I am not always a fan of just going out and just discounting prices all the time, because I think when you do that too much, and I've seen this firsthand with myself, I've seen it with other companies I've worked for, other companies I've worked with. If you're always running sales and you always have something that's a discount or a certain amount of dollars off, people will stop buying at full price, and they're just going to wait for a week or two for you to run another sale. So one of my golden rules, and God, I can't even tell you how many times this has happened, but I'm going to go on a little bit of a rabbit trail here for just a second. But I can't, anytime you start making discounts, anytime you start discounting prices that are not a standard, that don't fit inside of your normal SOPs, your normal processes, how you operate, it always blows up. It always blows up. I'm telling you, it always blows up. So for me, when I'm looking at promos, I'm not just going to be looking at this going, oh, how much money can you afford to give away or lose? Or, I'm thinking about it like, how do we structure this? So the first thing that we want to think about with our promotion strategy is we want to be thinking about just obviously discount, like if you're going to discount. Now, I'll give you a little preview. Black Friday, they're expecting a discount. They want a deal. And so this is probably going to be a big one. But the next things that you look at are, you want to look at add-ons. Now, add-ons are stackable offers that they snap in with exactly what you already have there. You already have your discounts, or if you have your discounts or your product, add-ons are going to be things that just naturally fit your audience, that they're going to find value in. And we'll get into like really brainstorming. Like, I'm planning on a whole day of just doing this promo detail, of just getting out there and coming up with add-ons for you guys, coming up with different ways that you can think about doing this. But add-ons, but start thinking about, like, what are some of the things? Like, you could sign up as a Profit Lifter affiliate. We can work out discounts. There's all sorts of things that you can do. You can stack different things in there. If you've got another business, this is a great time to introduce that other business in there and create packages. Actually, let's just say that. Let's call them packages. Now, Some of the other things that you can do with this, and again, we're just kind of spitballing. We're just right now, this is really just about putting together our infrastructure, putting together all the things that we need to think about. This is what I like to call a meeting about a meeting. This is really what this is. We're having a meeting about a meeting that we're going to have later. So we want to be thinking about like what are different ways that we can we can put together packages. Now, one thing that I think is really cool, and I learned this from Ty Crandall, and he does an amazing job with these. But you can take things that you give away for free, such as lead magnets, white papers, things like that, and you can actually include those into your core offer, and you can include those into your promos and show the value of them. I like this for a couple of reasons. One, it really brings out the value of the lead magnet. So like if you're a credit suite partner, and let's say you're using like your EIN guide, now when they see that EIN guide all over the internet and they're downloading it and they're happy about that, but then they go in and they see your monetary value behind it. Now in your advertising, you can go normal price, $197, because you included it in a package. You actually can quantify it. So you want to think about what is your core promo. And then from there, I want you to be thinking about what happens if somebody like go up on your landing page and I'm looking at what you're doing, but I maybe am not ready to buy full time yet. So we want to think about this. What is our downsell? Now, a downsell is going to be kind of maybe like a light version. So let's say like limited access to things, or like different levels. I'm trying to think. I know a lot of you guys are like fundability partners, so I'm trying to think of it like some real examples, some tangible things. But it could be like membership areas. This could be basically. The way that I look at it is if somebody's coming to me during a promotion, I want to sell them something. Like I don't ever want somebody to leave without having bought something during a promo, because we're going to be investing money into running ads and getting these leads in. Like I want to make sure we're giving them something. So we're going to be thinking about limited access. We're going to be thinking about like memberships. We're going to be thinking about like if there are maybe it's a new product. Maybe it's let's throw this in here. Here at Profit Lifter, we have a terminology that I like to call JV sales. JV sales are when you set up like an affiliate relationship with a company that actually allows you to resell their products. And this may be something that can make sense, is if a smaller JV sale that you can add in. That could be something that you can use. But this is something that we're going to dig into, is like, what is our downsell? And then we want to think about what is our profit maximizer, or another name for profit maximizer is lifter. But what are you going to do? So we want to put this in three different levels. Your first level is going to be core promo. Then we're going to be thinking about downsell if they don't buy. But now we want to be thinking about what's our profit maximizer, meaning that if somebody comes in, they've got the money, they already love the company, they've just been waiting for something. How can we make the most amount of money off of this person as possible? How can we provide them the most value, the most benefits? So what are our upsells? We're going to call these upsells. We're going to call these cross sells. We're going to be thinking about add-ons. What else do we want to think about with this? Again, I think this comes up to packages, kind of like with the core offer. And I think that like these packages may be better suited down here under the profit maximizer. We'll dive into all of that. But these are all things that I want you guys to be about. Like what is it that you can offer your clients that is more money? And like guys, this, and we'll dive into this next week. But when you're looking at like profit maximizer, it doesn't always have to be tangible things. Sometimes it could be like, hey, look, I'm going to give you an hour of coaching. I'm going to give you 20 minutes of something. Like it could be like a tangible. It doesn't have to be a tangible product. It could be like you adding upgraded support, upgraded coaching, mentorship, advice, whatever that. But really what you want to do is you want to structure this in a way that you have the ability to excuse me, man, sitting next to a campfire last night, having a hard time. So you want to be thinking about like what's your core offer. If they don't buy your core offer, how do you downsell them? If they like your core offer, how can you upsell them? So we're going to be looking at those things. Next, let's hop down to marketing, because these are all things that we want to be. Again, this is the outline of an outline. This isn't going to get into actually what it is. I want you guys to be thinking about this stuff as we start venturing into running our first Black Friday promos together. Because guys, I'm not just going to throw you guys out to the wolves to do this. I'm going to be doing it with you. And like as we're going through this, I'm creating our marketing as well. And so if I'm going to do it, I want to show you how to do it. So we want to be thinking about like how do we want to market, and how are we going to be how are we going to be reaching out to people, getting them in? So the first thing we want to consider here, list marketing. Going after your database, maybe even buying a list of people to market to put out a promo to talk with them about. But this is something that you want to consider. You definitely need to be thinking about how you want to engage your current list, especially like all of the leads that you've talked to. This is a great time. Now, one thing that I will tell you, one thing that I can tell you is like as you start getting into this, when you start running sales like this, especially like a substantial sale, like a Black Friday sale, I like to call this kind of a list blowout, meaning that if you do this right, you should be able to capture a bunch of people that you've talked to that haven't taken advantage of it yet. But this should really be a chance for you to kind of reset your list by the end of the year, so that you like moving into 2025. You're almost not starting from new, but like you know that almost everybody in your list that was going to buy from you has bought from you, and that's our whole goal, is like pulling people off the fence, getting them to take action, getting them to move through this. All right, so we're going to look at list marketing. Next, we want to think about organic social media. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a fair warning. What I'm doing with our promo, with us doing this boot camp next week, this is my organic social media marketing. This is my way to be out there, to be attracting people, to be sharing value, to be able to get it out there. But we want to think through like different strategies. How are we going to tell people on social media that we're hanging out with? How are we going to engage our people, our followers, our audience? Well, all of that stuff. What are we going to be doing? Next, we want to be thinking about, a paid ads strategy. And the paid ad strategy is going to be very important in this process, because if you can get to a point where your ads are producing leads, it's going to go incredibly well for you. It really is the magic key behind Black Friday sales. But we got to get really good at running ads, because when you start running ads around Black Friday, they get real expensive. So we want to be very careful that we're not breaking your budget, and that we've got a good solid strategy for that. But the next thing that we want to think about is what's your affiliate strategy? Meaning that like if you can get people out there on your side that are affiliates, that are sending people, they see a sale, you get them excited. Like how are some different ways that we can promote that with our affiliates, that we can promote that with people who are really legitimately referring us business that we can close and we can work through. So we're going to look at our list. We're going to look at organic. We're going to look at paid. We're going to look at the paid ad strategy. We're going to look at an affiliate strategy. And you can see down here, I have assets. So that's going to be like us getting into like the landing pages, the email campaigns, all that stuff that we're going to need. Right now, we're just trying to think about like, what are all the different channels that we want to do marketing through? And when we get into this, these we'll break down each of these a little bit, meaning that like paid ads, we'll look at like Facebook, post to Google, post to LinkedIn, and some different places there. Again, this is just the overview. So we're going to look at goals. We're going to look at promo details. We're going to look at marketing. I think that really does cover all of it. All right, next let's talk about assets. So running big sales does require assets. You know what? I just thought of this. Website / lander promo. Basically, like I would, what this means, this last one, this website lander promo. This is all about like if somebody shows up on your website, promoting that to them, showing it to them, and giving just organic visitors a chance to see what you're doing and take advantage of it. All right, so next we're going to talk about assets. Like, what are we going to need? So, a lot of what we're going to need is going to depend on our promo details, because that's really going to define what we're going to be looking for. But I guarantee we are going to need like landing pages. We are going to be needing graphics for this. We are going to need email campaigns, cold and warm, engaged. So when I'm thinking about email campaigns, I'm thinking about like a cold email campaign. If we're buying a list, how do we engage that list? How do we get them up and going? A warm email campaign are going to be people who are already kind of organically in your list and going through this. Where can we buy lists? Ooh, I've got a great. Oh, thanks, Credit Suite. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Maisha, let me actually put this in the chat for you here. Our friends at leadslocator.com, they actually do a great job of providing lists. I've used their list before. It works great. So definitely something worth looking at. Let me put it in our Facebook group too. And I'm talking with Daryl and Joseph over there to be able to look through this stuff as well, and actually come join us next week as we're doing this. But we are going to be looking, but we do want to be that should help you out with the list there. All right, so next we're going to have we have email campaigns. We got cold, we got warm, we got engaged. Meaning that engaged are people that may be clicking around, getting things going. These are going to be your engaged list. These are going to be maybe people who have reached out to you because of the sale. That actually, here's the other thing that we want to look at that we really want to define is our sales process. And then from there, we need to think about like your onboarding process. The reason that we're going to be thinking about these is because your sales process, obviously, you're going to have to you're going to be working through different sales emails because following up with somebody with your normal emails doesn't make sense if you're running a promo. You want to have specific promo emails set up for them that really spell out the value of it and start pushing those leads through that process. Next, you want to be thinking about like onboarding process. Like if you're adding additional services, what automations do you need for that? We're going to be thinking about videos, and what does that look like from a video standpoint? Do you need explainer videos, or are you going to be putting all that together? And guys, I've got some real AI tools for this. I've been using HeyGen for some video training stuff that I've been working on. Not in love with it yet, but these are all options that we're going to explore in different ways to go through that. But you want to be thinking about videos. You want to be thinking about your landing page. The other thing that we're going to need is let's just put this in here. We're actually we're going to call this our sales funnel because that's exactly what this is going to be. So this is going to be your landing page. This is also going to include your upsell, sell, consultations if you need that. How are you handling all that? Another thing that we're going to be looking at is tracking. We need to watch our analytics, know exactly how things are performing, how well our funnel is performing, how well the sales process. You see why we're mapping all this stuff out, guys. Like when you're setting up, and this is just a campaign. This is just one campaign that we're going to be setting up. So you can see that, like, if you want to go, the bigger you want to go, the more you've really got to prep and you got to spend time working these assets. And one of the Credit Suite marketing team, we used to work on, we used to have our promos ready almost a quarter out, meaning like we were 3 months ahead before these events would come, because there's just so much stuff that you need to get done with it. All right, next thing we need to do is we also need to be thinking about content strategy. Meaning on our landing pages, on our emails, on all the things that we're working on, what is going to be our content strategy? How are we going to write content that converts? What are we going to be doing to be able to convince people to engage with us? And I actually am solidifying today. I've got a content marketing agency that's going to be coming in and guest speaking, because I'll be honest, I'm amazing when it comes to AI. You get me writing content on my own and I kind of struggle. But these guys are really, really good. I've worked with them on a couple of mutual clients and I got to know them that way. And it's they're very sharp. I'm excited about having them on next week. So we've got sales, we got a content strategy, graphics, email campaign, sales process, onboarding process, videos, tracking, content. What else are we going to need? So yeah. And then we're actually just going to put down, we're going to move this one to the very top, actually. And this is going to be the big one. This is going to be your campaign strategy. Your campaign strategy, what we're going to be working, what we'll outline in your campaign strategy is like, when are you sending emails, what order, how often, like what does this actually look like when it's launched? If you're running ads, if you're doing all of this stuff up here in marketing, we need to have our campaign strategy really mapped out and ready to go. And then that way, I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to move this up here because this is more under marketing than it is assets. Okay, so I think that covers a lot of what we're looking for here. Goals, promo details, marketing, assets. All right, last section. Let's talk about tools. Okay. So obviously you're going to need a Profit Lifter account for this. But then we're going to be because that's going to be your home base for all your automations, all your marketing sequences, everything going over there, and everything working on that side. So have time, skills to do marketing, trying to get my VA trained, but a slow process. Felicia, this have your VA join us next week. This is all stuff that we're going to be covering for them. So I never have time to do skills and marketing, trying to get my VA trained, but slow process. Have your VA join us next week. This is exactly what this is for. This is training. Like, this is going to be live in front of everybody who sees it, and we're going to be doing promos. Excuse me. We're going to be doing some ad spend behind the stuff that we're doing. But this is just hands-on, deep training. So I want you to know that, like, you come in, bring your VAs, and this is open for anybody. If you have people on your team that you want trained, have them join us. Suzette, I will have this outline posted to chat here. And this outline, we're going to actually pretty this up today, and we'll have this this will be kind of a running document for us as we're going through this challenge next week. We're going to be filling in stuff, but I want to pretty it up a little bit because what we're going to be doing is this, like, we're going to turn this into a checklist for you. But I can go ahead and share it now while we're talking about it. So anyone with this link can be a viewer, meaning that you're not going to be able to write on this list, but you can go once you open it. If you go to File and Make a Copy, you can do it that way, and it'll make a copy for you. I would suggest that you wait until next week and do it that way. Jamie, can you get a VA added to this group? Absolutely, yeah. Have them ask for an invite. That's what this group is for. And guys, while we're on that note, if you guys ever have questions, you get stuck on an automation, there's something that you want that you need some help on, man, post it in the group and let me record you videos. I love doing that. That's why I do this. I want to coach you guys. So just anytime you have questions, you have things that you want to work on, you get stuck on something, throw it out in the group for us and let us know. And I'd be more than happy to get it shared for you, or make sure you have everything there. All right, so let's hop back down to tools. So tools, obviously, you're going to need your Profit Lifter account. This is going to cover your automation. We're going to include website in here. That should be covered under your Profit Lifter account. But if you're using like WordPress or have a third-party website, that is something that you're going to need. Profit Lifter account is going to take care of your automation. It's going to take care of your landing pages, your sales funnel. And again, guys, this is just the tools. And I promise, one of the things that we're going to be doing is while we're going through this, we're actually going to be creating a snapshot for you, meaning that next week you'll actually have a snap-on that will have all your landing pages, all of the email campaigns already listed out and set up. So all you're going to have to do is go in there and tweak it. Because why? Because I love you guys and I want you to win. So we're going to create tools to help you win. All right, so we need to be thinking about like, what are we going to do for the website? Do we have access to the website? Graphic designs, the different platforms, different things that you're going to need for that. Videos. Unfortunately, videos are everything right now. So we're going to be talking through that. Content writing. I put that as a tool because that really falls under AI for us right now. All right. I didn't want to let on to the secret a little bit early, but we're going to go ahead and do this. Next week we are going to be diving in hot and heavy on AI call bots, and we're going to be showing you guys like all the different ways to leverage AI call bots, especially in like a promotion strategy like this. So that like as you run a promo, you can have an AI call bot just call all of your clients and go, hey, guess what we're doing? We're having a sale. Want more information? I can email it to you, and then just hang up. Like I don't want the AI is trying to close deals or sell it yet, but I do want to. We do want to make sure that they've got. We do want to make sure that want to make sure that you got everything. We can leverage that. So we're going to be talking about AI. Call bots, AI chat bots, because these are all tools that are, especially for you guys that are smaller businesses, this is going to radically improve your productivity and what things can be done and how things can be handled there. All right, what other tools do we need? So we're doing graphics, we got that. Emails, we got that covered with AI, the content, and then we'll have our content strategy teams coming in, talking with us. We'll talk through sales process, like what's the emails, maybe pipelines, or we'll work through all that. Onboarding process, like is there going to be a different process? Videos, tracking, analytics, that's all covered there. That's going to be covered with Profit Lifter, paid strategy, organic, social media, list buying. Yeah, we'll throw that in there as well. Okay, so guys, next week, Black Friday promo. We are going to be diving in hot and heavy, and this is going to be our roadmap. This is going to be all the stuff we're going to be talking about, because this is the stuff that I want to help you build next week. And the beauty of it, guys, is this, and this is why I want you to understand where I'm coming from with this, because I think that a lot of times we try to jump in and take new tools or new ideas and concepts, and we try to implement them on these big macro levels. Like I know when AI came out, the call bots, we got inundated with people just calling, going, hey, we see that you have a marketing agency. You want that? And like, just massive amounts of calls, and it was just annoying. But what I saw is like we had a lot of these people that were actually clients of ours. Like they got all gung ho. They tried implementing it and it wasn't ready. So the reason that I want you to start looking at this and we want to work through this on like a promo is because if you can get this to work for you in a promo strategy, if you can get an AI call bot, an AI chat bot, and your videos and your ads really nailed down for a promotion, you just now you can take everything that you just discovered, you can take it, you can tweak it and turn it into your normal process. So I like the reason that I like ads and promos so much, or not ads, but the promotions and putting together sales and promos, is because it gives you an opportunity to test new ideas, to test different tools, different infrastructure, different things that you're adding to your ecosystems, all of that stuff at one time. And I think that's where that's really where the power starts to come in with this. Is that like as we're going through this together, this is going to give you that ability to really dive into what's going on, or to what's working for you, test it out, get it up and going, and then start to implement these exact same things in your daily advertising, in your daily promotions, and your daily closing, all of this. And so that's really the whole goal. Let's figure out how to make this thing sing for you, make it rock and roll. We're going to start tomorrow. I'm planning on just going noon to 2 daily is my schedule for next week. And I'll be sending out an email. I got a landing page. I got all that stuff that I'm sending out tonight for everybody. Come join us. Have your VAs join us. Have your team join us. If you guys we're here for all of your team, not just you. So however we can help you out with that, everybody come join and party with us, and let's have some fun next week. And I hope you guys had a great October. I'm gonna be wrapping up now and get on with some other cool stuff that we're building. Hope you. Oh, Will, man, you snuck in at the very end. Hey, Will, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you. But that's all I got for you guys today. Have an amazing weekend. And if you need anything, any questions, guys, as you start thinking through this, as you're working through it, if you need anything, throw it up in the group, message us, send us smoke signals. However, we're always happy to help. Have a great day, and we will see you guys later.